In this video, we will be continuing in our series on the General Physics Examination Revision. Now, question 2 here says a particle undergoes two displacements. The first displacement has a magnitude of 150.0 centimeters and it is directed 30.0 degrees north of west. The resultant displacement has a magnitude of 100.0 centimeters and it is directed 60.0 degrees north of east. Find the magnitude of the second displacement. All right, you have your options here. Now, how do we solve this question? Go straight to the solution. So, solution for this question, the first thing we want to consider is your first coordinate, all right, or your first displacement. Now, don't forget that you're given two displacements, as you can see here in the question. Now, they mentioned the coordinate for the first displacement. They said the magnitude is about 150.0 centimeters, and the direction is this. That's north of west. Let's go draw this in a Cartesian coordinate system. So I'll get my north, south, east, west from here. Get my north, south, east, west. I have this as have this one here, have this here, and then have this here. This is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. Okay. Now they said northwest, right? You can see here, north of west, 30 degrees. So that means for this, I'm looking at the northwest region. That's this one here, right? And they said 30 degrees. So I'll come here and I'll draw my northwest here this way, and I'll put this as what there? 30 degrees. That's northwest. All right, so I have this case here. Now for this, we want to get the horizontal, so we'll call this for displacement A. Let me call this for displacement A. So for A, all right. Of course, A is a displacement. The value of A there as given, so A as given there, it's equal to 150.0. So 150.0 centimeters. All right. Let's get the horizontal component and vertical component of A. So horizontal component of A, component of A, and that's A of X, all right? Also, let's look for the vertical component of A, vertical component of A, and that's A subscript Y. So we have this. Let's get these values, okay? Now, going back to my Cartesian coordinate, which is this, if I resolve this, when we say X, we're talking about the horizontal axis. If I resolve this to the horizontal axis here, you can see that this point is in negative X region. So resolving horizontally, the sign convention will be negative because you're resolving to the negative axis. Now, that's one. That's for sign convention. To get the actual formula, we said whenever the vector, which in this case is displacement, whenever the angle of the vector, which in this case is displacement, is between the vector, displacement, and the horizontal axis, that's this, the horizontal component becomes the value, which is this 150. We'll take cosine of the angle, that's cosine 30. So I'm having negative 150 cosine 30. So I'm having it as negative 150 cosine 30. All right. I've explained this concept in details in our previous class on vectors. I'll leave a link in the video description. All right. Next up, let's look at the vertical component of A. Vertical component means you're pushing this to the vertical or y-axis. Now, this point, as we know, is positive y. So you have a plus sign. To get the formula to use for vertical component, you simply have to use this value there, 150. Now, for horizontal component, you use cos. Meanwhile, for vertical component, you use sine of 30. So this becomes 150 sine of 30. That becomes 150. And you have sine of 30. So you have this. All right, we're going to punch this value and see what we have. So I'll just get my calculator real quick. Punch 150 cosine 30 as well as 150 sine 30. Oh, minus 150 cosine 30. That's about the value here. If you punch this, about minus 129 points. I'll use one decimal place, 9. Now, the value of A we're given in centimeters. So this in centimeters. Let's get for AY, that's the vertical component. We've gotten horizontal component as minus 129.9 centimeters. Let's get vertical component 150 sine of 30, and that's about 75. Expressing this as one decimal place becomes 75.0 centimeters. All right, so with this, we've plotted A as well as gotten the horizontal and vertical component of A. Let's get for B. All right, let's get for B. But looking at this question here, we were not given the magnitude and direction of B. No. Instead, we are given the resultant displacement. So you can see, we're instead given the magnitude and the direction of the resultant. So let's get for the resultant. All right. So let's say for resultant, let's call it R. For resultant, let me just use small letter R. For resultant, for resultant displacement, let's call this capital R. We'll get the, okay, let's get a diagram first. Then we'll proceed to get the horizontal and vertical components. All right. Let's get the diagram first. Let's see. We have this. This is, jot this better. This is north. This is south. Okay. This is south. This is east. And this is west. Let's see the direction for this. Now, for resultant, what's the direction there? They said the direction is 60 degrees north of east. So take note, north of east, 60 degrees. So from here, plot this. This is northeast. Here's your region. I'm going to be plotting here. So this way, this value here is 60 degrees. They said R, the value of R, it's equal to 100.0 centimeters. All right, 100.0 centimeters. All right, that's true. So let's proceed to get the horizontal and vertical component of R. So we'll start with horizontal component, horizontal component of R. Let's call it Rx. We'll call this Rx. We'll get the value. Let's also get the value for vertical component of R. Let's call this Ry. All right, let's analyze this diagram. First things first, for horizontal, if I push this R here to the horizontal, that's this way here, you observe that this would fall under the positive side of X. So it becomes plus, what's the value of the resultant there? The value of the resultant displacement is 100. Now we said for horizontal, you take what there? Cosine of the angle. The angle here is what? 60 degrees. That becomes 100 cos 60. I'm having this as 100 cosine 60 degrees. Let's get vertical component of this. For vertical component of this, I have to push this to the vertical axis, which is still positive of y. So that means that comes to the positive. So positive 100. For vertical component, I'll use sine of the angle, that's 60. I've explained why this is cos 60 and sine 60 in our previous class. Please make sure you check our previous class on vectors. I'll leave a link in the video description. All right. So vertical component of the resultant, Ry, becomes 100 sine 60. So I'll get a calculator to punch this and get my answers real quick. 100 cosine 60. What do I have there? The value is 50. Now expressing this as a one decimal place figure, it becomes plus 0. Units is centimeters. Let's get the, this is the horizontal component, please. All right, 50.0 centimeters is the horizontal component. Let's get the vertical component. That's 100 sine 60. That will give you about 86.6 approximately. That's in one decimal place, centimeters. So with this, we've gotten the horizontal and vertical component of displacement A, as well as the horizontal and vertical component of the resultant. All right, we have to find the magnitude of the second displacement from the question. Look at this, right? The magnitude of the second displacement. The first thing we want to do here is that let the second displacement be B. Let's call it B. Let the second displacement, this be B, 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 capital B. So one thing we know is that the resultant horizontal displacement is equal to the sum of the horizontal displacement for A and the horizontal displacement for B. So if I combine the horizontal displacement of A as well as the horizontal component of the displacement of B, you'd have your resultant horizontal. And I'll bring in these values. For Rx, the value there is 50.0 centimeters. That's simply 50.0. It's equal to, let's get Ax, the horizontal component of A, which is minus 129.9. So this is equal to minus 129.9. That's Ax plus Bx is unknown. With this, now we can get the value of the horizontal component of the second displacement. Move this over here. That becomes 50.0, which is same as 50 anyways, minus this value. All right, so minus the value there, or perhaps let's do it this way. This value here is negative. If I move it over here, it becomes positive. So that's plus 129.9 degree, 0.9 is equal to Bx. All right, let's punch this. What I have here is 50 plus 129.9, and that's about 179.9. So if I combine this, I'll have 179.9. Don't forget that this value is supposed to be in centimeters. So centimeters is equal to Bx. So with this, we've gotten the horizontal component of the second displacement. Let's now get the vertical component of the second displacement. All right. How do we get that? Again, with the same concept, we'll have that the resultant vertical component is equal to the sum of the vertical component of A and the vertical component of B. That's AY plus BY. What's the value of RY? RY is 86.6. So I have this as 86.6 is equal to, what's AY? AY is 75.0. That's 75.0 plus BY. So you have this. So all I have to do here is now move this over here. You have 86.6 minus 75.0. This, it's equal to BY. Let's subtract this. 86.6 minus 75.0. That gives you about 11.6. So 11.6 is equal to by. So hence the vertical component of b is 11.6. All right, so therefore we can have that bx, we've gotten bx as equal to 179.9 in centimeters, and we've gotten by, that's vertical component of the second displacement, by, as equal to 11.6, 11.6 in centimeters. Now, having done this, let's now get, of course, this will be in centimeters, please. cm, all right? So let me write this better. 11, please always put your units, 0.6 centimeters is equal to by. All right, we're not asked to find the horizontal and vertical components of B. No, we're asked to find the magnitude. So if we were asked to find the horizontal and vertical component of B, we would have stopped here. But the question said we should find the magnitude of the second displacement. Now, to get magnitude, that's simply B, right? Or you can say B like this. The magnitude of the second displacement will be equal to get that value, we simply take the square root. So this is square root of bx, that's bx all squared plus by all squared, right? And when we do that, that's equal to the square root of, for bx, what's the value? Bx value is 179.9. That gives you 179.9 squared, plus what's by? By is about 11.6. That's 11.6 squared. All right. So each of these terms, we'll square them and we'll see what the value is. That means the magnitude of b will simply be equal to, so all I have to do is just, I'll punch 179.9 squared plus 11.6 squared. All right. So let's add that. If you add that up, you have your answer as, this will give you the square root of, you have this as 3248 point approximately 6 in one decimal place. All right. Still maintain that number of decimal places, just one. You have this value here. And this well. Okay. So you have this. To get the value of b here, so therefore magnitude of b will be equal to, take the square root of 32,498.6, and this is approximately 180.27. This is 180.27 centimeters. Don't forget we're using one decimal place. So in one decimal place, this gives you 180.3 in one decimal place centimeters. So this becomes the answer to that question. Let's go back to our option. Do we have any 180.3 there? Let's see. Question 2. Yep, that's option B. So the correct answer here is option B, 180.3 centimeters. All right. All right. So you have this one here. Here's question 3. You solve this. Leave your answer in the comment section and I'll tell you if you're correct. Question 3 says a car starts from rest and accelerates at a constant rate, or at a constant rate in a straight line. In the first second, the car moves a distance of 2.00 meters. How much additional distance will the car move during the second of its motion? You have your options here. All right. Try these questions, leave your answer in the comment section, and I will tell you if you're correct or not. Okay. All right, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, simply hit the like button, like this video, right? Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Also leave a comment, right? For your comments, I gave you a task, which is this question here. Solve this question, leave your answer in the comment section, and I'll tell you if you're correct. Also, if you enjoyed the video, you can also tell us that you enjoyed the video in the comment section. If you have any question on what we've solved, please leave your question in the comment section, and I'll also give you a reply. Don't forget to also subscribe. If it's your first time here or you're yet to subscribe, please do all to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and select all so that you get notified whenever we upload a new content. And then finally, do all to share this video to your friends so that they can also learn. Thank you and see you in our next class.